Welcome back to Simplify Your Small Business. David Wolf here with Melanie Rembrandt from RembrandtWrites.com. Melanie, how are you?
Hi, David. I'm doing great today. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm a happy entrepreneur and happy to be sharing tips in 5 minutes or less as we do together on this podcast. So thanks for listening. Thanks for being with us as we explore the journey of simplification in a world that's way too complicated. In this podcast, we're going to explore the subject of, quote, beware the press release. Okay, so this is an odd headline coming from someone who's so firmly seated and experienced in PR. Melanie, what's up with beware?
Well, a lot of new small business owners, when they think of PR, they think that stands for a press release instead of public relations. So they just put together a press release and send it out there and hope the media contacts them.
I can't believe you said this. You know something? I think I'm guilty of that. I think I've caught myself doing PR release and then thinking that it was redundant because the R was for release and I'm saying the word release, but it sounded good. So,
yeah, see?
Wow. Public relations release. Okay. I feel better now for all those. Those weren't typos. Okay, good.
You are not alone.
I feel better. Yeah.
But, public relations is so much more than sending out a press release. And if you send out a press release and it's not done well, you can actually injure your business reputation.
Yeah. And we've covered this in a variety of ways over the course of our many podcasts on Simplify, right? All the things that can come up. You've got to, I'll say, cross your I's and dot your T's, right?
Dot your I's and cross your T's, you mean?
Well, I did that on purpose. This is me. This is my personality coming through. All right.
Oh, okay.
So,
I was thinking. You caught me thinking.
Yeah, it's a scary thought. So you're right. This first thing I think of is PR stands for press release. No, it means public relations release. And so what should we do?
Well, before you quick jumps to sending out a press release, really think about, what do you want to talk about with your business? What's the message you want to get across? And also, who do you want to contact? And how are they going to care about what you have to say? I mean, you can just jot down a few notes first, about why they would even be interested in what you have to say. And before you even send out a press release, you can actually just contact a media member directly and introduce yourself and tell them what you have to offer.
Ah, all right.
I mean, a lot of small business owners waste time putting together this extensive press release that may not work. Sometimes it's just a matter of being a human being and offering valuable information a reporter or a customer would want to hear. So instead of wasting time putting together a press release, I just want to use this episode to remind people to think about what they offer and their messaging and other things that might work better than sending out a press release, like just picking up the phone and talking to a media member.
Oh, I see. So part of this is that we may jump into thinking that we're being productive by sending out a release, a PR release. But the truth is there are a lot of other ways to reach out and touch someone, to use the old phrase, but to really connect, right? And that's part of what you're saying here. Don't just make that your go-to.
Exactly. I mean, it's, when you're new and you don't know a lot about public relations, that's usually what you think of. PR is a press release. But instead of doing that, stop and think about your messaging and who you want to contact and what you're going to say that will make a difference. And you will see much better results from that than wasting hours and time and money on sending out a bad press release.
Yeah. And what is a bad press release? Can you even put a sort of a box around what that might be or what it might look like?
Oh, I can tell you in a nutshell, something that does not provide value to whoever's reading it.
Right.
If it is all about your business and how great you are, no one cares.
No one cares. And we've talked about this before. This is the answer I hoped for because it unpacks this whole idea of, you're dealing with news professionals in a lot of cases, right? And they want a story. They want a story that's going to serve their readers. They have a mission to publish, and you better be adding value both to their publication as well as to those that read their publication. Do I have that right?
Right. And it's just a simple matter of thinking about others before you think about yourself.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of a golden rule.
Right. With, and this whole podcast is about keeping things simple. So that's what I'm trying to do today.
and you've done it well. And listen, and this time we're running around 5 minutes. It's great. But who's counting, right? Melanie, so good to be with you. Thanks for imparting your wisdom about all things PR and all things simplification. We are Simplify Your Small Business. Keep listening. You can find us anywhere podcasts are consumed on the planet. RembrandtWrites.com, and I'm at podcastandradio.com. We'll see you next time. Thanks for all. Melanie, thanks to you.
Thanks, David. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll talk soon.